Hello again, thank you for joining me for another video. So today I got nudged to, there's something that must be said. Get on, do a video, give the people some hope. And that's really been the theme of my last week, I guess, but really the last couple of days was a renewed sense of hope that has been missing for a while. And my hope came in a very strange place, and I don't even know if I should tell you where it came from. Because on the surface it seems like such a doomsy, negative type of thing to find hope in. But bear with me. So I found someone who describes the apocalypse in such a way that it relieved me of the burden of responsibility that I had been carrying on my shoulders. Feeling like, so here's the thing, when you hear you create your reality 10,000 times, which is what has been pushed non-stop to spiritual people in the last 10 years, it can make you feel like you need to set your mind on a course to fix everything. Because I don't just care about myself. I've never been the person to it's just me and nobody else matters. So when I hear that, I'm thinking about everybody. I'm thinking about people who are coming from all the places in the world that are 10 times, 100 times worse than this, trying to find their way here. I'm thinking about those people. I'm thinking about what we did 400 years on the land I'm living on. I'm thinking about those people. I'm thinking about all the future generations, and geez, are they going to be okay? Are we setting them up for something weird that they won't be able to get themselves out of? I'm thinking about Doctor Who, episodes, and how do we prepare people for those kind of weird potential future, sci-fi realities when they barely have enough to eat right now? Things like that. So when I hear you create your reality, I'm thinking, well, that's a lot of stuff to fix. And the burden, it was getting to me. So what happened was, I went to God at some point in the last, I suppose it was after 2014 when everything went to, when I got to see, oh, they've been lying about certain things. Because I was talking to homeless people and I was living out there, and I had just come from a liberal arts education with the intent of helping the people that I then became. And I was upset because I had been faithful my whole life. Not perfect, but faithful. And had some expectations about morality of other faithful people. And so when you can't find refuge in places that you think are specifically designed for a moral person to take refuge, anyone with half a mind is going to say, what's going on? Dear God, let's have a conversation, because I think I am wrong about everything, or you are wrong about everything. Something's got to give. And so then coming out of that mind space and having a massive Kundalini awakening, like a finishing of a job that had started 10 years prior, maybe even earlier than that. The kind that makes you, if you feel like a million little bubbles are being burst in your chest, like the full thing. And then I start hearing all of that, you create your reality. And it was endless. And anywhere that I went online, that's what I heard. And so I did the best I could in my mind to understand what what I would need to imagine from here to there. What kinds of things could logically be done to get from here to there so that less people are, really oppressed. Like, I know we can't, like, just, like, oh, snap our fingers and we've got Star Trek solutions to everyone's problems. But you can take the boot off of someone's neck so they can breathe, and they might be able to help come up with ideas. So that was the thinking in my mind. And then it can actually take you to this strange place, and I've tried to discuss this before, where if you stand too far with your back, like the lights shining out from behind you, you can forget that it's not all on your shoulders, the stuff that you're seeing dancing in the shadows. And I didn't know how to get out of that. It had caused an existential crisis that I did not know how to get out of. If I left everyone and didn't keep continuously thinking about how to fix everything that I am aware of, my consciousness kept expanding. It kept including more people. And I was not sold on the, it's totally perfect for people to get kidnapped and you know what, and all of the other weird things that happen. I wasn't going to say, oh, God's perfect. This is perfect. This is how it's supposed to be. I don't have to think about that at all. To me, it was like, I got dirty dishes. I need to clean the dishes. Even if all I could do was send, thoughts, prayers, hopes, intentions, Reiki. Here's a potential solution to what I was seeing, and hoping and hoping and hoping. And that letting it all go was not going to work for me. It felt like turning my back on people in need. I've been a person in need. I didn't want to do it. And there wasn't really, people would say, oh, Spirit will handle it. And that wasn't enough for me either. So I was getting caught in an existential crisis of, there's suffering everywhere and I'm only able to save myself. I couldn't accept that. We're all connected, but I gotta let you drown while I swim to shore. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was looking for the solution out of this thing. And so I found this channel, and he's talking about the cyclical apocalypse, a cyclical event. And it was just suddenly like I got snapped back out of the responsibility for everybody that I had been taken into my brain. It's a weird thing that empaths do. You feel everybody's emotions and you don't know how responsible you are for them. If you cause other people discomfort, it's like you feel your own discomfort and their discomfort. And it takes a lot of work to figure out how to put your boundaries up and clean that shit out and, not lose yourself in the process. But this was a different kind of thing. This was like these mental puzzles, these ethical quandaries. How is the nature of reality actually functioning? And why does it look so damn broken? What's happening? Because, oh, it's just the devil. Yeah, okay, well, wouldn't that be always the case? Why does it seem so much worse right now? More people suddenly like the devil. The devil got stronger suddenly. Why? That would be my question. Why? And then let's fix it. And so being able to, offload some of that back onto Mother Earth and a sense of the intelligence that knows, if you drink too much, you puke. You get it all out. And something about, being reintroduced to the idea of the apocalypse, when, I stepped out of revelations. I had my own personal revelation. I had my own personal, return of the Christ within. And then had to be kind of like retaught about this whole place. And then it's like, okay, but now this part. It's like a coming around full circle in a way that was so much relief. It was so much relief. Like, I don't have to fight every bad guy. Oh, thank God. I don't have to, like, somehow warn everybody of everything. I don't have to, wag my finger about every little thing. I have to do what I'm good at. And so that was the other part of the hope. The hope, taking that big chunk that was on my shoulders, taking it off my shoulders, putting it back into a rational space, allowed me to, like, oh yeah, these are the things I'm good at. Oh, I get to do this again. If I don't have to worry about everything, now I get to be me again. I get to bring the stuff that I'm good at to the table, which I have not felt capable of doing. Like, I've barely done any art in the last, since I've been in this part. I wrote a lot of stuff, but I haven't been painting and drawing like I have, for the last 30 years. That was one of my main things of who I am. And what I really wanted to do with this channel was actually spend some time painting with people, because it can really help you to do some self-inquiry and shadow work. And actually channeling is really easy to do when you're painting, and it gets you a little bit into that Zen flow mode. It's been a great healing tool for me. And I wanted to share that with people, and I just kind of lost it with this heavy burden of responsibility. Because once you become kind of awakened to everything, and you remember that you weren't before, and you're looking at everyone kind of, well, where are they at in this thing? I can't let them think that, like, well, what happened to me, I don't want that to happen to them. And you forget about the grace that woke you up. I didn't wake myself up. I was curious. Everything else that got unfolded from that was just the pull of my heart. So, hope, a sense of peace and calm when you find that thing of hope allows you to be yourself again. It allows some sense to be made. That's what happened. That's what I've been having. And it's been a beautiful thing. A beautiful man doing a beautiful thing, and it just fixed this existential crisis. I can't tell you how long I've been stuck in it. Too long. Dark night of the soul. Shit. Yeah, it's like the apocalyptic cycles. That's what I was talking about. They come around. And so it's like remembering that we're just kind of in, the way night comes, and there's just the moonlight, the reflection there from the moonlight, and otherwise it's dark. Everything's supposed to be kind of resting, and then the sun comes out. Like, we're in that season, and it will end, and then things will be restored again. And I just needed to, like, hear someone actually explain it in my language, and that was where the hope came back, because I have not heard it for so long. I've just so much, I love New Agers. I do, because they're joyful people, but I need the rational and the old guard school stuff, like the old cycles. Such a relief. That's kind of the theme. Let's see what else. Yeah. Delight. Was that a 3? Yeah. Fire. Number 3. That's usually the beginning of things. You need 3 things to get stuff a-rolling. Oh. Ace of manifestation. We'll take it. Maybe all the hard work is finally paid off and we see where things are going. That would be great. Yeah? Okay. This one wants to jump out of my hand. Okay, mother perception. Maybe this is not the one we're supposed to have, huh? Let's look that one up, because that one was being weird. That one was being weird. So let's look it up, because sometimes you gotta read these things to really know what they're talking about. Okay. This open and receptive mother of seas gazes into her scrying bowl, where she sees into dimensions beyond ordinary reality. Her perceptions are accurate, born from love and honesty of feeling. She is the pure mirror for others, completely of the sea feeling element, embodying the awareness of the divine in herself and others. This sea mother brings clarity with the gifts of psychic perception to see beyond the limits of this third dimension. She honors her emotional integrity and aids you in being honest with your true feeling perception so that you have clear guidance and may show the way for others. I love it. It's beautiful. Good, yeah? So, that was kind of like, that's been the message. That's been the journey, right? It was, just remembering that things are in cycles. And so some of the hardcore bad oppressing state of certain things isn't forever. And change is not just by your own, you can make things better, obviously, but it's not just by your own efforts. There's also a whole cycle that we're a part of. And so don't lose hope, because the sun comes back out. And Earth, the manifestation card. So I think that's a reminder to me that this is a tangible, grounded into our reality. So much of the spiritual process is mental and etheric and astral. And this is like, okay, it's grounded in. It's grounded in. The manifestation is here. Be embodied with the earth, with our home, with this larger entity that we are part of. And then take some delight in the playfulness of spirit, that fire energy, that creative energy, the divine mother. What is she telling us? She's telling us that we're going to places beyond the third dimension, and to trust our intuition, our psychic receptivity, the knowingness within us, so we don't lose hope. We use our gifts properly. We get them out there so that others can get that strength of spirit, and we can renew it in each other. That's what I got. That's what I've been feeling. So I appreciate you all for being here. I hope you are doing well, and I'll talk to you again soon. Take care.